I started playing music in high school because friends of mine, they had a little band. I concocted this idea. I'd always wanted to be in a band, so I went to them and I said, okay, I got you a gig, but you got to let me in the band. And they said, what do you play? I said, I don't play anything. You're going to teach me. What do you need? And so they only had one guitar player. The guitar player taught me 3 chords. I got up on stage with him at Covington Catholic High School. We sold out. It was the most amazing experience of my life. And the truth of the matter is, I went away to college after that, bought a guitar, and sat in my dorm room when I had spare time and bought a Steely Dan songbook and learned every chord I could possibly learn. And it went from there. I mean, once it gets in your blood, it's never leaving.
I played bass in a band that was fairly busy in the Cincinnati area. Our biggest claim to fame was we were scheduled to open for Sonny and Cher at Music Hall in 1967 on the night of, they had to cancel the concert, so it never happened. So we never got our 15 minutes of fame.
My brother had a guitar that he couldn't play, and I always wanted to play, and he wouldn't let me do it, so that was my motivation when I was a kid. I wanted to get a guitar and show him that I could do it. I bought a little cheap guitar, and immediately in my neighborhood, there were 3 of us, and we said, let's form a band before we could play anything. I've always been in bands since day one, and I'm a big believer of, join a band if you want to learn how to play music. It's great. Figure out what songs you want to play and do whatever you got to do it.
Unlike the other 3, I have a very limited music background. I would, on occasion, just based on relationships I had with people like John or Greg Shoemate, I would get up and do vocals with their band when they were playing, but no formal training. I more or less became part of Suits That Rock, and any of my development or ability, particularly around vocal performance, was all learned and coached by chiefly Paul Bromwell, but also the other Suits.
There are a few new influences that I've gotten by my involvement in Suits. I was never a Metallica fan until we played Enter Sandman, and it's the ringtone on my cell phone now.
Several years ago, John and Paul assigned me Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen, and it wasn't that I couldn't stand it, it's just that wasn't the kind of music I was into in the 70s. As I did the song and as I learned it, I thought, oh my God, and then I really started getting into the album itself. It opened up a whole new thing. I listened to it for the first time again.
I kind of liked Led Zeppelin. I wasn't a huge fan necessarily until John and Paul talked me into doing A Whole Lot of Love, and the reaction was pretty positive. And then all of a sudden, we started doing Led Zeppelin songs every Suits That Rock, and I really grew into enjoying their material.
As far as the Suits goes, I really enjoyed playing Mumford & Sons with Don. When Don Clare was not doing too well, we brought him in that year and we had him sing I Will Wait by Mumford & Sons. Don loved that song. That's the last thing that he did with the Suits. He just killed it. Killed it. It's the only song I ever played banjo on in the Suits, so I really enjoyed doing that. But the big thing for that was just watching Don. He was so joyful that night. It was really great.